Coach, on Saturday, what were you seeing from Cam that that you seen that he needed to get the ball often?
It really wasn't just Saturday. It's what we've seen in the spring, what we've seen in fall camp. Cam's an explosive player. He's a guy that needs to touch the football. He's shown to be durable. He's got great skills. He's got great knowledge of what we're trying to do offensively, and he's a guy that wants it. And he's let us know that he wants to rock. He wants it to be in his hands, and we fed it to him.
Is Tamorian a guy where you guys can kind of identify if he's in single coverage pre-snap to go at him, or is that not good football to lock into a concept like that before the snap?
It's good football if you got a player that's better than their player. You got to understand that the coverage is what it is, and depending on what you have called for that certain play, we're not a big team that tries to look at the defense and then, do what we do. We're going to call blindly, we're going to tempo, and if those are the situations that you see, depending on what play is called, then yeah, we definitely like to match up with him.
Journey taking more shots at him, is that part of maybe developing this offense overall, is to get him more involved in the offense, or do you feel good with the way you've utilized him so far?
You can ask Tamorian as far as his play as well. There's some things that he's got to do better too, within the offense. And we got to do a great job with coaches as far as getting him involved. And yeah, we'd like to take a lot of shots with him, but we're going to take what the defense gives us as well. If they're playing over the top coverage, then we're not going to force it down the field. We're going to run the football. Those are things that we're continuing to evaluate each and every week.
Does he pull resources towards him? I mean, are teams identifying him and giving him a lot of attention? Is that opening anything else up for you guys? Or
I think they know where he is. Hopefully we're putting other guys on tape that are showing that they have the ability as well. And that's what you want. You want to be able to complement the whole field. All 11 guys out there are going to be threats. So you want to be able to have that, and I think we do.
2 games in, where are you on the evaluation process of who does what well and who works in what certain formations and what you're trying to do?
Yeah, we're still figuring that out. We think we feel a lot better from week 2 from week 1 as far as different guys and where they need to be on the field, what they can handle from a mental standpoint, guys that are good playing with the ball, guys that are good playing without the ball. And so you learn, and hopefully we'll have better standing from week 2 to week 3.
It seemed like Cam had at least a good amount of room to work with too. Obviously ran great, but he had a lot of room at times. I guess, what have you seen from the offensive line run blocking wise this season?
Just trying to keep progressing, and those guys, they get tired at times, and that's going to happen. Surely, when you're playing in that heat, we're playing in tempo offense. So I think Coach Clements and Jake, our GA, have done a really good job of getting those guys just being on the same page, and that's the whole deal. If we can cover guys up and not make the MAs, the mistakes where guys are going the wrong way and we have a free guy in the gap, then we'll be able to gain yards, and that's the biggest thing. We just don't want to take negatives, and we took too many negatives last week. But if we can prevent that and cover guys up so Cam and Kalen and those backs can get square and get downhill, then I think we'll gain yards.
Coach Taggart talked about James, how he graded out better last week than he did in week 1. I guess what areas did you see that growth in?
Just the decision making and what we're trying to do offense. I know he's accurate with the football, and he's been that way. But just reading the offense a little bit better and putting the ball where it needed to be, and that was a big stride from week 1 to week 2, and some of those are pre-snap reads as well. So he studied, and he put that on him after week 1, and came back and had a lot better game week 2.
Coach, Virginia's kind of known for running the ball and trying to control the time of possession pretty much. Does that factor in at all with your play calling, or is it something that you just keep doing what you've already been doing?
No, we gotta execute on offense. It's not my job to worry about what the defense is doing and when Virginia's offense is doing. We got enough worries trying to get ourselves first downs and touchdowns. So no concern there. We just got to do our thing and attack what they're giving us.
What kind of challenges does UVA present on defense?
They're good. They're really physical up front. They've got guys with experience. They're really long. They got 6'6", DN. They cover the field well. They're big bodies, so it makes the field look a little bit smaller. And I think they're very well coached, and they play really hard. And I think their defense coordinator does a good job. They play smart defense as well. So it'll be a challenge for us. We'll have to go there and play really well on the road.
Broncos teams are always known for being very disciplined. How important is it going to be to keep your discipline this Saturday?
I don't want to compare anything to anybody else. We just got to play more disciplined football for us. That's how you see really successful teams. Guys don't turn the ball over, don't commit penalties, play discipline, and give yourself a chance to win. And that's what we want to do, and give yourself a chance to have success.
The hand signal stuff in terms of calling in plays, is that a beneficial thing when you go on the road?
Beneficial from how?
just, you know, not having to worry so much about crowd noise, guys getting rattled, things like that. I mean, you being able to signal in the plays visually as opposed to calling them in, is there a benefit when you guys take your offense on the road?
I don't know. I mean, you still have to deal with the crowd noise, you know. The players have to deal with that on the field, the communication up front, you know, all of that is still dealt with. You know, I don't know whether or not it helps, because if you're a huddle team, then obviously you're giving the play to somebody and they're taking it in, so I don't think it affects you as much. But we'll have to deal with the crowd noise from that perspective.
Does it speak to the potential of the offense that you're still not where you want it to be, but you're still able to put 45 points on the board?
I hope so. You know, we don't look at the points we're putting on the board, just the production we're putting on the field, and we know we left a lot out there.
There was a play on Saturday with Tre McKitty was lined up and looking, I guess, the opposite direction. I guess what's the mindset with that, and did it work the way I guess you guys wanted it to?
Yeah, no, we didn't snap the football from turn sideways. I don't know if that's something that y'all saw. Okay, it's a way to tempo without tempo, and it was a stoppage situation where you cannot tempo, so we came off the sideline. It's a thing that we do offensively. The guys can line up wherever they want. I don't care. Just get to your spot where you need to get to it, and we tempo. I think we gained 11.
Talking about James making better reads, getting better understanding of the offense, I mean, how much of that is him just making better decisions, throwing the ball or knowing when to hand it off or keep it like he did on the first touchdown run that he had?
Yeah, all three of those things. And he's got to be able to use his feet, and I thought he did a better job of stepping up in the pocket. Obviously, if you get in certain D&D situations, then you know the D linemen are going to be pinning their ears back, but if he can do a good job of moving in the pocket and keeping the play alive and keeping his eyes downfield, and if he doesn't have it, gaining, you know, 3-4 yards, putting us in 2nd and 6s instead of 2nd and 10s, or worse, you know, that's a big difference for a play caller and just for offense.
Is he willing to keep it in run, or is it just not been presenting itself enough to where that's the right sort of read or play for him to make?
Both is a yes. You know, he is willing to keep it, and sometimes it hasn't presented itself. So we got a look the other day, the guy came off the edge flat, and he pulled the ball and did a good job getting in the end zone. Good.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.